Hello and welcome back. In the data sheet, we have name of courier companies, the destinations to which they deliver packages and their charges. In the result sheet, we have the same headers. The user can select the company name. He can select the destination. Now he wants to quickly find the charges. Now, the entry of the name and the destination is done via validation, which you can see here by going to Data, Data Tools, Data Validation, and finally Data Validation. And here you see in the settings we have set Allow List, and the source we have put the data here, the name of the companies. So if you have more companies, you can just put a comma and add them. There are different ways to get the source, but this is the easiest one. Similarly for the cities or the destinations. Data, Data Tools, Data Validation, and as you can see we have here in the settings validation criteria list, source we have written manually the name of the destination or cities. So if you have more cities, you put a comma and add them. Okay. Now, how do we write the VBA data so that we can quickly get the charges based on the entry of a company name and the city? We go to the Developer tab, Visual Basic, Insert, Module, and here we write the subroutine or macro name, search, let's say charges, enter, and we define two variables, dim last row as long. Most of you are familiar with the last row variable. It finds the last row used in an Excel worksheet, and x as long, that will be our looping variable. Now we assign the value of the last row using our famous formula, sheets, and we want to find the last row in our data worksheet. So sheets data dot cells in parentheses rows dot count comma 1, that gives us the column index, dot end in parentheses XL up parentheses close dot row. So if you wanted to quickly know the last row used in your data worksheet, you would just write here a message box space last row, and you would know that in your data sheet 16 rows of data have been used. So let's go back to the Developer tab, Visual Basic, and now we will loop through our data. For X, assign the value 2 to last row. That means we loop through all the data, and we will say if sheets in quotes data quotes closed bracket closed dot cells x comma 1 dot value, if that is the same as the value in sheets results dot range, that is what the user is going to input or select, dot value, and so we want two conditions, therefore an and, sheets data dot cells. So as you can hear, too many dogs barking outside, dot value, if that is the same as the value in sheets results dot range B2, that's what the user is going to select from the drop down arrow dot value, then certain things need to happen. Actually only one thing, we need to get the charges. So sheets in parentheses and in quotes results dot range, this is where our search result is going to appear, the charges are going to appear, dot value, and that data will appear from sheets data. You need to put that in quotes, dot cells x, 3, that will come from the third column in our data worksheet, dot value. And as soon as we find that, we will exit the sub so that our macro works faster, and if, and we loop through all the data in our Excel worksheet. So next X. We will save this. Now instead of running the code from here, we will go to our Excel worksheet, go to sheet 2, and here we will place a button. So developer, insert, from the form controls we'll take a button, click and drag, and as soon as we leave the button, you see a new window opens up and says, when you click on this button, which macro would you like to run? So we'll say run the search charges, okay, and we get this button 5. So we need to change the caption so that the user, I just right clicked on the button so that the user knows what this button actually does. So search, let's say instead of data we'll write search charges, okay. We'll click outside, we go back to our button, and as you can see there is a hand, which means on click the button is ready to run the macro. So we have selected here Cube Logistics, destination is Chennai, and we click on search charges. So we get the charges. Now let's check whether Cube Logistics to Chennai, there you see Chennai is 100. This is in Indian rupees, so 100. So if you select something else, let's say DHL, and you select here Mumbai and click on search charges, you get 980 Indian rupees. Go back to data, DHL Mumbai 980. I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching.